gorgeous single on again. Told you I was going to show you that one, but maybe I'll make you wait. Oh, nudity. Oh, no nudity. I'll just blur that out. Not maybe a story about what I've been doing today, but what I've done today is actually pretty uneventful. I went to work, now I'm home, and in about an hour from now I'm going to watch the cricket, the Big Bash final between Sydney Sixers and the Perth Scorchers, and then I'm going to go to sleep and go work tomorrow with a different shirt on. A much more professional looking shirt than my sexy singlet. Now, if you've you've obviously read the title of this, and yes, I'm about to dive straight in and teach you everything there is to know about orgies. And now this is something that that's sort of like society doesn't really talk about. It's like a bit of a secret, and people who've never been involved don't really know where they are or what happens. But why isn't this just a more common form of topic of conversation? I'll get to that. Now, you should be having orgies. Of course, you know. How could you say, no, you shouldn't be having orgies? We go to church every day, and the big man in the sky with his fucking clouds and fucking, who we're not sure exists, he tells us not to. But, anyway, don't listen to that. Listen to me. Listen to me. You know what I always say? That's right. Caveman. What would caveman do? Picture a caveman tribe. And if you've watched My Average Caveman Day, you will know where this is going. Picture a caveman tribe. So, you know, they've gone out and hunted Skippy, and they've eaten Skippy and their berries, and they've had a dance, and they've put the kids to sleep. Now they're sitting around. They've been moving around all day, so, you know, they're pretty fit people because they've been doing stuff all day. And they're sitting around on their rocks. A whole bunch of them. And they are half naked and horny. All of them. So, what do you think the natural next step is going to be? They all live close together in tents with paper thin walls. And there's a big outdoor area with a sexy fire burning away. And they're all sitting there half naked around the campfire. And they're all fit as a fiddle. And what do you think's going to happen? Well, if I was sitting around a campfire and I was fit as a fiddle, fit-ish, and I've been outside all day, keeping fit, killing stuff, and then I'm sitting around a campfire, and there's all these half-naked girls, and I haven't come all day because I've been too busy. What do you think's going to happen? I'm going to get an erection. And what happens? So, I'm sitting there, I'm caveman, I'm Skippy, feeling good, been moving around. The sexy girls sitting there, half naked. I can't help but to get an erection. Nature has zapped my penis and I'm looking around. Well, there's not much I can do, you know, think of the situation. And then when Now, I wouldn't probably be the only one getting an erection at this point. So how are the girls going to react? The girls are like, What do girls do when they see an erection and it's just there? They grab it. So all these blokes are sitting around, they're all fit, they haven't come all day, they're all horny, and they're sitting around with half-naked girls, and they've got an erection. And all the girls look at these erections and they want to touch it. So what do you think is going to happen? They're going to have an orgy. Orgies are cavemen. Cavemen had orgies, and I've just proved that point. And now I'm going to prove it even further. Monkeys. Monkeys are primates like us. Is that a technical term? I don't know. But monkeys are a lot like us. Now, monkeys have orgies all the time because they don't have society blinding them, and they live in small little monkey tribes in the trees, and they're meant to swing around all day. And then they're cruising around, they're hanging around the trees, all naked, remember, and monkeys are always naked, hanging around the trees. And they're looking at each other going, might as well, we are monkeys. And monkeys are our closest relative in the animal world. And there's something else that's even further backs up. I reckon we're probably more prone, caveman-wise, instinctually, to orgies than monkeys. Because in the primate world, the greater the penis length of the males, the more promiscuous the females are. Now, we have the biggest penis length. Yes, in particular. No. So the girls are going to be even more promiscuous than the monkey girls. And of course, we're all sitting around the campfire with boners, can't help it. And the girls are looking at it and they want to touch it and they can't help it. So every night the caveman has an orgy. And I've said this in my average caveman day video, that after that's what they do at the end of the night. Like I've just explained, with so much sense. Makes so much sense, doesn't it? Always come back to caveman. How do you define what is the ultimate acceptance of society? What is the biggest thing society can do to confirm, yep, you're all right? What do you think? Tell you how I measure this. I measure this by the endorphins released. What social situation do you have to be in to get maximum endorphins that come naturally? Orgies. Orgies are the ultimate confirmation from society. The endorphins released during orgies is greater than one-on-one sex. It's another level. Another reason you should be having orgies. Another level. And I can tell when someone's just had an orgy, because I can tell their endorphins are unusually high right now, and yet they are sober. Because they just had an orgy. They just got this look in their face like, so when you get this ultimate confirmation of society, and you have this endorphin rush. It gives you this huge feeling of being superior to other people. Because you can't help it. You know, if you have just got the ultimate confirmation, and you've had this huge endorphin rush, you can't help but feel superior. And people that have orgies a lot, this sort of builds up. They feel pretty fucking good about themselves. Another reason you should be having orgies is because it makes you feel good about yourself. Because it's caveman. If you depart from caveman, things go bad. You have to come back to caveman. What did cavemen do? Cavemen had orgies every night. So you should be having orgies every night. Got that? Orgies are also a good way. You know, people go out there, it's like, how do I meet people these days? I want to find a partner. Where do I go? Do I go to the bars? Do I go on the internet? No, just go to an orgy. And what a great way to meet future partners. You meet them, and like, well, you'll see what they look like naked. You know, if you go to a bar, what do they look like naked? You try to figure it out. And then you get to road test each other in the bedroom. Yeah, you're alright. What a better way to meet people. And you meet them, you know, in this massive endorphin rush. And you're like, yeah, good night tonight. I got my limit fucking thing going. So it is a good way to meet future partners. I don't know if I wrote this part down. No, I didn't. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, this is a bit off topic, but I think the natural human, like in cavemen, when they were having their orgies, I reckon they would have had their own tents probably too, or something like a tent. I reckon the natural human condition is to have a man and a woman sort of like married or together. Like they're sort of each person's favourite, but they will swing. I reckon swingers is the closest thing to caveman, which is the thing you should be doing, because, you know, caveman come back to caveman. You go away from caveman. Then you're like, come back to caveman. If you're a guy, chicks want guys who are really sexually confident and sexually experienced. Doesn't matter what they say, that's what they want. So, if you're an orgy guy, then you're sexually confident and you're sexually experienced. So chicks are going to want orgy guy. So, if you're an orgy guy, not only do you meet chicks in the orgy, but you get confirmation. You know, they might tell their friends or something. And then other girls want you too. So, girls like orgy guys, because it's caveman. They like caveman. They're like, back in caveman, blokes were having orgies all the time with girls. They're beating their chest. And then chicks were like, yeah. They didn't want to hook up with a guy that was like, I'm going to sleep. Shut up. No, they want an orgy man. These orgy societies are pretty secretive, and they don't like non-orgy people to know what they're doing. You know, because their basic mindset, which they can't help, is because the endorphins are going fucking. Their basic mindset's like, look, we're just kind of better than you, because our endorphins are going nuts over something, and we're not even taking drugs. You know, and we're just kind of, our brains are pretty, you know, we're doing caveman, so of course we're going to fucking, we're doing caveman, you're not. So of course our brains will be going. So they're a pretty secretive society, and they're more common than you probably think. And it's not just, get on the net, orgy crew, orgy crew, orgy crew. There's a orgy building over there, in that city one. Yeah, there's some semi-public crews, but the vast majority of crews are very secretive, and they're not sort of spawned from lots of different places. Like it might just be, it starts with a couple, so there's a couple, and then they meet another couple, and then they're having foursomes. And they do this for a little while. It's like, it'd be nice to have another couple. And so, after a little while, they'll get another couple. And then they'll get another couple. And then another one. And the next thing you know, you've got a fair few. And, crews start small and get bigger. And they don't have to be public about this at all. They just have their own little crew. And they'll sniff around for other potential couples that they want in. But they don't want people to know about their crew, so they have to sort of find out who might be interested and who they want. But they can't actually say, hey, how you going? I'm Bill, she's Sheila, join our orgy crew. Although sometimes they do. Sometimes they are that flat out. So they try and find a couple that understands the sort of dynamics of everything. And if couples understand the dynamics, they'll understand the double speak. And this is how crews will hunt for girls especially, and couples. It's this little double speak. You're sort of listening in, but they can back out of it, double speak, right? They go hunt for others. And this is how most crews work. Small group of people might have started with 2, slowly expanded. They're very quite secretive. If you ask them, oh, what are you doing tonight? And they'll just say they're going to a mate's and be as vague as fucking possible. If they see you as a potential member, they'll sniff, sniff, sniff. And if you sniff, sniff, sniff back, they'll go, Saturday night, this place, come join us. This is girls, orgy crews always are looking for single girls. So, if you're a girl and you want to get an orgy crew, it's not that fucking hard. As long as, you can go on the net or whatever, or you can sort of just sniff around for double speak. Girls can get it easily as long as they've got their ears open and are paying attention. Blokes, on the other hand, kind of need to be invited in. If you want to be part of an orgy crew, basically, let's just say, you walk into a new city and no one knows you. You're starting from absolute scratch. First, what you do is you go hook up with some girl. Fuck her brains out. Fuck her brains out to the point where she's pretty suggestible. Because she just keeps wanting you. So she's pretty suggestible with things now. This is how you start your own crew, by the way. I might not even bother telling you how to find it. Well, I basically did tell you how to find another crew, didn't I? This is how to start your own crew. So, you have you walk into town, fuck some girl's brains out, about fuck 3, and then you start having a bit of a sniff with them. Sniffing around. Or you'll be like or you sort of wing them onto the idea. sniff a bit more, and then she starts to catch on, and she's like, okay, I think I get it. Yeah, let this process in her brain go a bit further. And then you say, hey, I know this other couple that wants to come over. That's where you get your fucking couple of girls. So I've got this other couple who wants to come over, and they just want to have some drinks. Have some drinks. But she's already her brain's sort of starting to process that this might be a possibility now. So you get the other couple over who may not even be fully, they might even be at this point too, you might have been sniffing, a bit more obvious, sniffing. Then you get together, the drinks. This is the, you know, someone hasn't just blatantly come out with it. It's like, you want to have a foursome? Like, yeah, sweet. Come over for drinks. Then you got the other girl, who presumably you've hooked up with before, and that's how you've met the other couple. Now, you've got your girlfriend, you got the other girl, so you sort of tease them both. You have a bit of a sniff here, a bit of a sniff there, and you're sort of teasing them both. And to the other guy, you're sort of saying, hey, you know, the girl you have who he hasn't met yet, say, oh, she's got nice legs, nice cleavage, yeah, you might even just open a cleavage here. Now this is essentially more, you're just getting closer to that point, closer and closer. And remember, your girl's pretty into you because you've been fucking her brains out. So she's pretty suggestible. You say, hey, Sheila, show me tits. By this point, everyone's pretty revved up, and you just keep edging and edging. You might even just, you know, crack a bone right. And then you go to foursome. Now, then you'll like go out as a foursome. You know, you go get dressed up in gear, go out, and then you just sort of kind of mingle and start sniffing. Drop a bit of double speak. Anyone sniffing back? And then you just do the whole process again. And obviously, occasionally, sometimes it's going to be really obvious, and you just, you know, you're going to be chatting to someone for a couple of minutes, and then, you know, it's like, well, the sniffing's pretty strong, so you want to come back to our place? Fucking later. Come back to our place. That's how you start your own crew, from scratch. If you want to get into a crew, if you're a single bloke, unless you're extremely, you basically have to get in through a girl. So you've got some chick, you've got a few chicks, get to town, don't know anyone, bang a bunch of broads, and then fucking, you know, you start sniffing with them, and one of them might actually either know of a crew or in a crew. And so yeah. This is going to be pretty controversial, this part, I reckon. I've said in another video that you should teach your kids everything by 12, and I mean everything, okay, right? So when you're teaching them about sex, which should happen at 11 or 12, like that's one of the last things you teach them. Teach them everything there is to know about it, including orgies, and even show them this video, and it's like, hey, when you get older, this is how you get an orgy. Include everything, including this, including, you know, make sure they're aware of orgies, and make sure, you know, they're aware that, you know, people do it and it's all good, and, you know, it's probably actually, it's cavemen, so it's pretty fucking natural. Also, you know, how to recognise if someone may be part of a crew, or how to make your own crew, or how to get into a crew, and just sort of normalise it. Because one of the reasons so many people don't do it is because they didn't sort of, you know, they just haven't done it. And they think, yes, I deserve one-on-one, but I don't deserve that. That's a whole nother ball game. It's like you know, it's a step. They think they don't deserve to get over this hill. So you have to normalise it and think, yeah, look, if you want to go there, it's all good. You know, freaking, you know, massive endorphin release. So that's pretty much it. You should be having orgies. It is caveman. You get more endorphins from an orgy than one-on-one sex. Good way to make future partners. Girls like orgy guys. It is a secret society, but if you learn the double speak and the sniffing, and you can make your own or join a established one. And look, orgies become normal to a point, you know. So after if you do enough of them, it's just pretty standard, you know, twice a week. But you're still getting that extra endorphin hit. And caveman is 100,000 years ago, guy. Yep, that's what we did. So tonight, go out there and move your feet towards this direction. Now that you know how.